what's up? If you're new, I'm ᴛᴟ 111. I'm going to hop into your reading. And as I always say, remember to only take what resonates. If it doesn't fit, don't make it your message. Feel free to check out another reading. So listen, overall energy is competition enemy, look over your shoulder, the other woman. There is someone in your life who tried to force you to give up on yourself in a job or in a career because you're doing good. And this person cannot stand to see you out here winning, okay? But what God wants you to know, what your spirit guides want you to know, and what you're meant to hear in this message is that you already know this. So don't give up on yourself. This person needs to focus on their own life instead of yours. Okay? You are an empathic starseed, and whoever this person is, it's like for a lot of you, there could be multiple people who you're going to start to see for who they are. People from your past who can't seem to just let you be happy. People who don't want to see you be in a peaceful state of mind or doing better for yourself. You know, it's like when you get your shit together, that makes other people feel bad about themselves because they could still be stuck in toxic cycles. And that doesn't mean that you think you're better than anyone else because you decided to wake up one day and do better for yourself. Remember that. Because sometimes people will literally try to make you feel bad for wanting to have more in your life, for wanting to be better, for wanting to be a more mature version of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what the purpose of life is. For us to all learn and grow and change and become the best version of ourselves. Okay, so if you're feeling the energy right now of people from your past trying to hold you back, remember as well, look at that. You're not for everyone. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's okay. But as long as you like you, that's what matters. So empathic starseed, you could be someone who has a natural tendency to absorb energy that's not your own. So when people are constantly throwing negativity at you, you could be the type of person who's picking up on that vibes or feeling down on yourself or feeling frustrated, right? Because you can feel other people's energy around you, whether they're directly in front of you or sending you that energy. You may not realize this, but you could be a natural born healer. And healers don't necessarily have to be tarot readers or Reiki healers, anything like that. A healer is someone who helps transmute energy from negative to positive. A healer is someone who recognizes their ability to heal oneself and others, to transcend energy, okay? So you could be realizing this, or in this next chapter, it's time to step up into that realization that you're going to feel other people's energy, but not to absorb it all. So if you find yourself all of a sudden getting flustered or frustrated or upset or just anxious, like, namaste, zen it down, okay? So do what you can to make yourself feel better. So for example, that may be listening to your favorite CD, that may be making one of your favorite meals, that may be going to the gym, that may be going for a walk in nature, that may be spending some time alone. That may even be having a nap, however resonates to you, because this next season, you're going to become a lot more self-aware as to where people are trying to make you absorb their energy. So as well, the problem with being a healer and an empathic starseed is people will try to make you take on their negative energy so that they don't have to feel it. That's the example of someone who's not a healer, right? Trying to push their negative energy or problems onto someone else. So for example, that's people who project onto you. So you could be surrounded by people that constantly test you or try to project on you or try to make you feel less than because they feel inadequate in an area of their life. It ain't your problem, y'all, okay? So you found this message because someone needs the encouragement. And I feel like a lot of the collective is going through this because when you are spiritually awoken, you're usually surrounded by people who aren't. So when you all of a sudden wake up to that fact, you're like, wow, all these people refusing to change and then start combating you because you made the change. So you're someone who's really meant to awaken people around you, whether that be friends, family members, or a whole community of people around you. You could be that one person that's like incredibly empathic and positive, surrounded by a bunch of negative ass people, okay? But don't lose sight of that, or don't give up having a kind, beautiful heart because of that. So look at that. I'm sorry's here. Righting past wrong. So there could be someone who wants to apologize to you, and for others of you, it may just you being sorry to yourself that you spent so long accepting less than you deserve. And that's another thing too, when you put up boundaries, because you start to figure out that people don't get to just treat you however they freaking feel like it. People get pissed off. So look at that. I remember is here. Remember too that life is all about the fated life versus the destiny life. You may have a vision for how your life you want it to go. Everyone does, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go the way that you want it to. Sometimes it ends up being a million times better because God has bigger plans and ideas for you. So you need to realize this, okay? And whoever keeps trying to make you competition, it's because you have shown this person that they're not trying hard enough in their life. So this could be someone you used to be incredibly close with at one point. Sometimes, you know, you outgrow people because you realize that they were keeping you around to keep themselves stagnant, or to accept the fact that they were stagnant rather, right? It's like someone always hanging out with you because they felt like you had less going on. And then the minute you start like projecting more in your life, you're doing better, you get some accolades, you get some deserving good moments in your life, people start to kind of, you know, reject you. That's a natural born unfortunate thing where it's because people don't want to accept the fact that they could be doing more in their life. So yeah, I feel like you could be surrounded by people, or maybe you walked away from people that you once used to know or hold close to your heart because you realized that those people weren't willing to change. And like I said, no one's perfect, but the biggest part in life is to realize we're all on a journey. We're all on a karmic contract. So if you choose to stay stagnant for the rest of your life, that's on you. But the awoken collective, the divine feminine, divine masculines, they ain't doing that. They're awakening to their gifts. So you could be someone as well who, when you finally decided to make changes in your life, boom, a whole new life was placed in front of you. A new career path, a new relationship, a new way of thinking, a new perspective, and a healthier way of living. So you could have really made changes in your life. And this creates some type of jealousy within other people. So trying to make amends with you is here. I feel like it's okay to want to make amends with people, but sometimes people know that they've outplayed their role in your life. So people get pissed when you realize that they're just holding you back. So there is someone who's trying to make you in competition with them. But when you're truly awoken as well, y'all, remember, don't ever compete with anyone else. Compete to be a better version of yourself, okay? Facts. Because anyone who tries to constantly compete with other people is going to always feel as though they're not where they want to be. So entering your peaceful era is here, beautiful, and purposely pushed people away from you. So this person in the past viewed you as some type of competition, and because of that, they wanted to push other people away from you. And it's just a shame because you know who's going to listen to that? Other people who don't want to change in their life. Anyone who's awoken with a higher perspective is never going to listen to someone else's opinion on another person. But anyone who falls into that complacency, or agreeing or assuming or just going with someone's negativity about someone is because they're not wanting to change themselves. So just remember that. Don't feel so bad. Purposely push people away from you. You know, sometimes it's better to be more independent than to be surrounded by people who don't want to see you change. You ever notice that too? When you are a less awoken version of yourself, you'll be surrounded by people. But the minute you choose to get your life in order, for example, you could be someone who used to be very social or used to celebrate. Maybe now you're in a state of sobriety or you're in a state of healthy, conscious decisions. You could be someone who started a family, right? You've grown, you've changed. And some people want to stay stuck. Doesn't matter what age you are, 20, 30, 40, 50. Some people want to stay stuck forever. So you got to let go of those people, especially anyone who tries to put you in a competition, because life is hard enough. It ain't about competing with one another. It's about love. It's about uplifting each other. So 3 of Swords in reverse. There's someone who's heartbroken because every time they come at you sideways, you overcome. That is part of your awakening journey. I feel like a lot of you are meant to let go of people who want to stay the same. You know, you could be someone who really practices change, growth, transformation. Maybe you do some type of classes. You could even teach a class. You could be a yoga instructor, Like I said, you could be a healer who practices, or you could just be a natural born empathic person. So constantly, you're going to start to realize that some people want to place you in a certain box and keep you there. And it's okay to outgrow those people. Because no one deserves to be controlled by another person, especially not someone. I mean, first of all, no one deserves to be controlled. That's all I'm going to say. But especially not by someone who you are on the same playing field with. Like, what? No one deserves that. And if you're in a relationship or a friendship or any type of dynamic like that with someone, walk away, because they don't deserve to treat you like that. So 3 of Cups could be up to 3 people. 3 people you used to be friends with, 3 people from your past. 3 people trying to keep you in a box. Could be 3 feminines, but it doesn't have to be. Either way, just know that these people are viewing you as competition. And in life, it shouldn't be about competing with others. Look at that. You are a natural born star. So there could be someone who's mad about that. Maybe you have a natural ability just to attract positive things into your life, blessings, abundance. That's because you're willing to change and also accept defeat. No one's perfect, right? Nothing goes our way all the time. But when you can look at a situation for what it is and re-examine and reposition your life or your decisions based on what life throws at you, instead of constantly trying to go against the grain, okay? That's what initiates change. So look at that. You could be an earth sign masculine, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You could be a Gemini. You could be a Libra, Taurus, or you could be Aries, Leo, Sag. Sometimes you're meant to go on your own path to get away from people who try to make you feel alone. What do they say? It's lonely at the top. I feel like you're destined for greatness, okay? So just know if you're sitting there feeling like you're misunderstood or people are purposely trying to make your path difficult, that's because you're winning out here. You're meant to win. And you're going to keep winning because you're that 6 of Wands. You are a natural born star. You're a natural born star seed. So Maddie didn't want them here. Someone could be upset because you didn't want to date them or you didn't want to be friends with them. Maddie didn't want them. Stay away from people who treat you like that. So you are loved. Absolutely beautiful. You need to know at the end of the day, you are extremely loved by the universe, by a lot of people around you, by your family, by your friends. And so whoever this is, do not allow them to make you feel less than. Someone could be upset as well. You changed your path. You could have changed your number. You could have changed your direction. Some of you could have had to walk away from someone toxic, so you changed your path. And you need to realize what an amazing individual you are. Let me pull you an angel message. So the courageous peony, at this moment in time, just realize that you have a unique nature about yourself. Not everyone's going to love it, but allow yourself to be seen, because this person could have tried to force you to quit, okay? And just know that if someone feels as though they had a victory over you or try to force you to quit, that is God's redirection on your path. And most importantly, whatever people send out is going to come back to them. So that's why I always say, y'all, if you're new to the channel, never wish anything negative upon others. Wish for their success. Because when you can clap for others, then one day you will be blessed in return. And star ancestors, you have a lot of wisdom, okay? So look a little deeper to some type of secrets that's been hidden around you. Ancestry, family, your life, star ancestors. This could be also your divine star seeds as ancestors that are really just protecting you at this time or shielding you from any negative energy. So I'm going to pull one more deck to clarify. Mad, you didn't want them. Ace of Swords is in reverse. So someone could have lied on you because you did not want to be in a relationship with them or you did not want to be friends with them. Y'all, people be doing too much. Look at that. 9 of Swords is in reverse though, okay? Whatever this person's plan is to make you give up is going to backfire onto them. All you got to do right now is persevere. Keep pushing through. Stay focused. And like I said, do something that's healing towards your energy. So, wow, that Empress card just fell. So, it could be a Libra or Taurus. I was trying to make you give up. Purposely try to push people away from you. This is the thing. I don't know where people get so damn entitled. Like, no one is entitled to try and push a narrative on how far someone's going to go or who they're going to be. Family, friend, co-worker, lover, doesn't matter who. No one has the right to control another person's destiny, okay? And whoever thought that they were going to do this to you, they're realizing that you will always be at the top because you don't compete with anyone but yourself. So maybe this was a group effort to make you give up on something. This could have been like a devised plan. Isolate you. Make other people not support you. And no matter what they did, okay, you need to realize that you are loved. So this next season is for you to enter a peaceful state of mind. So realize as well, where someone tries to isolate you away from others or from people that you love and care about, that's God protecting you from people who could be speaking negatively about you that you're not seeing. It's like you constantly extending a hand to help someone that behind your back is talking a lot about you when you walk away. And things that they wouldn't say to your face. Where I feel like you could be the type of individual, collective, who you are a truth teller. You say it how it is. If you don't like someone or if you feel a certain type of way about how someone's treating you, you're going to say it. You're not going to hide it or try and use it against someone. You are a natural born resolution person, okay? You don't create conflict. You bring resolution to situations. And that could be what this person's realizing. No matter what they did, you didn't bring the same energy back to them. It's like someone constantly trying to push your buttons and realizing you're not going to come back at them and push their buttons. So look at that. Don't stop speaking your truths here. So don't be afraid to speak your truth to this person. If they are overstepping boundaries with you, don't stop speaking your truth. And realize that you have a lot of happier days that will await you. And funny, because the overall first energy that came out, right, is this coworker tried to force you to quit. It says move to your city to copy you. So someone going to purposely move to where you live to try and make you give up on yourself. Make it make sense. That does not make sense. So this person's being viewed as purely negative. Maybe you realize that about them, so you purposely distance yourself from them. And instead, they're purposely trying to make your life miserable. For some of you, this could be someone you were never even friends with. You could also be the type of individual, y'all, that has that energy where people are just naturally drawn to you. Like a moth to a light, right? And this person, wow. The top of the other deck, it literally says, keeping something hidden from you, and you have a beautiful singing voice. So for some of you, if you are a musician, this person was trying to make you quit singing or music. That's what people don't realize. You have no right to tell someone who they can and can't be. And your life is going to continue to prosper, okay? This person's upset, though, because they feel like you're just moving on from them. Wow, singers here. So definitely is a singer involved, you or them. Maybe you're both singers. So singer, they feel some type of way about you moving on. So this person wanted to put you in an unknowing competition. I feel like they just had no right, because it's like all that energy that people invest in trying to hold someone else back, they could put in their own career, their own passion. They'd be doing so much better. But instead, they'll do anything to hold another person back, that it stagnates their own growth. So this person could have even had more recognition than you, and it's starting to fade. And what they don't realize, okay, and this is the thing where you got to realize that you are an empathic starseed. So whenever someone comes at you sideways, it's going to eventually deplete their energy or forward momentum the more they try to combat you when you are doing nothing to bother this person back. You are not going back to their level, okay? So feeling some types of ways about you moving on. This person could be upset, maybe used to be friends or used to cohabitate with them, right? You got along, you could have been acquaintances, and now you have nothing to do with them. I feel like this person showed who they are, though. Constantly trying to compete. And y'all, there's enough room for everyone to be happy in this earth. Look at that, the sun, beautiful. So you have a lot happier days waiting for you ahead. And this is your confirmation not to give up. The 19th, the sun. So for some of you, could be born on the 19th, or the 19th of this month of August coming up could be a very significant day, whether that's an invite or a beautiful realization that you are a lot further along on the path than you realized. So keep your chin up and realize that happier days await.